Hi everyone, this is part 3 of installing the electronic fuel pump. This is Greg and I'm here with you today to show you the end results. As you can see, my fuel pump is mounted to the outside of the frame. Originally in video 2 I had it facing inside the frame, but that line there that goes to the gas tank was a little kinky, so I decided to put it on the outside so that hooked up better. So what you've done is you've installed this filter here snug. You then have taken a 3/8 bit or larger, I think it was, to drill out the plastic holes so that this U-bolt would go through here. You put a bunch of tape around your frame so that the U-bolt doesn't scratch it, and actually I had to put some rubber, there's a rubber piece back here you can't see, to take up some slack, because when I tightened up that U-bolt there wasn't enough threads. So if you don't use the plastic tape, a lot of it, and you don't want to go through all that, which looks kind of ugly now, just get you a piece of 1.5 inch hose or something, tubing, and cut it down the center and put it around in between the frame and the that bracket. Anyways, once you've gotten that hose connected, you've come up and you've installed your fuel filter. Now notice on my fuel filter I put a little standoff, which is basically a piece of the fuel hose so that it doesn't bang into the frame. And then up here at top, remember we had that short piece of hose. I actually had to get a longer piece of hose just because of the way I routed it down below. If yours mounts inside the frame, then that short piece of hose will fit. If you mount it outside the frame like I did, then it's not going to quite reach the carburetor. So I use a little bit longer piece of hose. And don't forget, on the vacuum tube, I put my little vacuum plug here, and I put that clamp on that I told you to save. So now your pump is installed. For electrical, I went right to the positive on the battery post. You can see I have 2 fuses. One is for my light, but the one that goes to the pump is a 5-amp fuse. Okay, that wire goes all the way up to your switch up there. Okay, to one side of that switch, doesn't matter what side. Then the second wire coming from that switch comes all the way back down here and connects to the red positive wire on your pump. Make sure that's there, that it's on the red one, not the black one. Okay, so that fuse protects the wire, that fuse right there protects the wire all the way up to the switch and all the way back to the pump in case something was to happen. Then your ground wire goes to this black wire here, and I went directly to my battery over there for the ground wire. There's no fuse or anything on the ground wire. So that's done. Now we'll crank it up and see what it sounds like. Make sure it works. You hear that? When you turn that on, you're pumping, it's building up pressure. It'll run all the time. So it's not going to shut off, it's just going to run all the time. I know that my fuel filter is full. I can see my gas now. So all I got to do is crank it up, leaving that on. Sounds great. And when I turn the bird off, I make sure I took that rocker switch off. So I hope you enjoyed these videos. Have a great day. Bye.